You want something better?
Budget for your gadget.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the week again. So that means we talk a bunch about tech. We've been talking a bunch about tech today, but now I promise that we have a gadget review for today because it is Budget for Your Gadget, courtesy of our friends over at asianic.com.ph, where we have another piece of tech that we're going to be looking at today. Here's the thing. Over at Asianic, they send over a bunch of different types of laptops to, of course, cater to the type of laptop that you guys might need. We handle gaming laptops. We've handled more casual laptops. Now, though, this is something that I will say is more likely catered to people who are always on the go. If you're looking for something premium, but you guys move around a lot and you need to get work done, then this laptop might be for you. If you guys want to see the laptop that I'm holding right now, you guys can tune over on our live streams over on Facebook at Magic899 and over on Twitch and TikTok. We are there at Magic899. Right now, I'm currently holding the Asus VivoBook 14. And the thing is, one thing you'll notice right off the bat is this thing is very petite. It's a very small laptop. And when it comes to its exterior, I can see this mainly being catered to people who want to bring small bags or always on the go and want to be able to bring their laptop with them. The Asus VivoBook. Here's the thing, okay? First thing, right off the bat, exterior. I love how this thing looks. I always say that I always like sleek laptops. I always like it when laptops are very clean looking. They're very nice to look at. This one has a very glossy finish, but the color for this is actually quiet blue. This is the quiet blue variation. So it isn't overly in-your-face blue, but as I shine it into the light, you guys will see that there's a hint of blue in there, which is interesting because if you want to be subtle with your blueness, then this laptop might be just right for you. I can hold it with one hand perfectly. It's incredibly light, very compact, which, like I said, is perfect if you're always on the go. But the thing is, even though it's a small laptop, I am surprised by the amount of power that this thing has because even though it's small, this thing is packing a punch. Here's the thing. For processors, we're looking at an Intel Core 5, which is mainly a mobile equivalent that is mainly closest to a Core i5 13th gen. So we're talking a laptop that has an equivalent of a Core i5, mainly made for smaller and more easy to bring around laptops. So power-wise, processor-wise, I don't think we're gonna have a problem in that department at all because multitasking is just gonna be as smooth as if you had a Core i5 laptop. Moving on, we have the display. 14-inch display with a very, very beautiful view. Full HD, as per usual, crystal clear colors. It's very bright and in your face, I will say. And as I opened it, I always get jump scared. I always get surprised because when you open laptops and they have a backlight, the light turns on. So if you are working in the dark, this thing does offer backlight support. So if you guys are going to start working in the dark or you guys need light to be able to see your keys, this thing has a backlight for it as well. Apart from that, back to its processing power, this has 16 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabytes of storage. So this also has a lot of storage that you can put in. I can see this mainly being used by students always need a laptop on the go, I will say. Or maybe you're someone who is a virtual assistant somewhere. Maybe you need to be able to suddenly work while you're outside. Then just boot this bad boy up because this thing also offers very fast boot up speed. So just boot it up. You'll immediately get to work and go back to what you were working on initially. And it's not a problem at all. When it comes to everything, 14 inches, everything is so compact. Power-wise, not slacking that department as well because this also it can handle some casual gaming. I can see it being handled it can handle productivity tools really, really well. It actually says that Canva, when it comes to a lot of applications, when it comes to Zoom, Canva, Google Workspace, Photoshop, Express, CapCut, Audacity, those tools, anything that a Core i5 can run, this thing can run properly as well. Very smoothly, I will say. And all of this with such a small package, which is wild, I will say. It has USB ports on the side as well and an HDMI port. So if, for example, you have presentations on the go, maybe you properly need to do a presentation to your boss or at school, just bring this bad boy out, HDMI port, bam, you're good to go. And a bunch of other plugs as well. A Type-C port. I love that laptops have Type-C ports now. I love that fact because a lot of devices always have Type-C ports on them. But yes, the laptop looks beautiful, and maybe it's because it's blue. That's why I like it so much. There's a quiet tinge of blue that I really like. But apart from that, this is budget for your gadget. I glazed this laptop like crazy, a bunch actually. But you guys might be wondering, how much is this thing? I want to get it. It's a small laptop that I could use on the go, put my files in, and properly be able to work on stuff. How can I get it properly? Well, you guys can head over to asianic.com.ph, because here's the thing, ladies and gents, okay? Over here, in Budget for Your Gadget, we sell it on a very specific deal. The initial price of this, the SRP, is actually 38,995 pesos. But if you guys choose to buy it with cash over at asianic.com.ph, head on over online, you guys can buy it with a discount. So from 38,000, you guys can buy it for 34,999 pesos. Just by tuning into the show, just by listening into my ramble, just by finding it out through here on Budget for Your Gadget, you guys can get a sweet deal for a brand new Core i5 laptop that's very sleek, very compact, very easy to move around, and it's just overall just a good looking laptop, I will say. So if any of those are your guys' priority, I highly recommend you check this out. It's the Asus VivoBook 14. You guys can check everything that I talked about today over on their website, asianic.com.ph. Huge thank you to them once again. And thank you to you guys for tuning in once again to another iteration of
Budget for Your Gadget.
At Asianic, better people, better service, better deals. You may visit our branches, flash on the screen.